Couple options for carving into. You want to carve very lightly. You can use the pointer wooden dowel. You can actually use a pencil, or you can use the needle tool. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna write my word peace. I already have an idea of what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna just lightly press first to start out with in the clay. And I'm barely touching here. I don't want a huge amount of pressure at this point. Now, one of the things you want to remember is after you get your letters written out is you are going to want to you're going to want to make sure that you put your lines that you want for your 1-point perspective. Now I already know where my 1-point perspective is going to be on this piece, so I'm going to add it in here. So now I'm ready to kind of wipe off my little edges here, and I have my outline. For my image, I've chosen to make a dove. So now I'm ready to start making a little more detail. What I'm going to use next is one of the carving tools. We have a lot of choices here. There's many choices that we can use. I'm going to go a little bit thicker with my pencil just to kind of define out now that I know where I want my letters at. And I still don't want to make it go all the way through. Occasionally I'm wiping my pencil lead off. Now, if you get this done in one period, it is kind of nice for you to wait till the next day so it dries a little bit. You don't want to use too much water when it comes to the tiling, and you don't want to move it too much if possible. The less you move it around, the more strength your piece will have, and the less likelihood it will have to crack. Okay, now again, I'm going to gently, I'm barely pressing, I'm going to try to get some of my little pieces off. And we may have to go back over this again. So my 1-point perspective is, if you remember, we're going to be graded on that, so make sure that's really apparent in your piece. Now there's two options. I'm going to carve around and make my word pop out a little bit. You can leave it like this and fire in the kiln, but what I want you to do is to take one of your carving tools and you're just going to carve a little bit away so it makes your words pop out just a little bit. I'm not carving a ton, just a little bit. Now, if you wait the next day, you're just going to want to wrap this lightly in plastic. So if you do this today being Tuesday and you come in on Wednesday, you just want to wrap it with the plastic bags like we did for our other clay projects. And this is kind of just our rough draft at this point. The actual carving and the details are going to take us a little while. So I'm just pulling out a little bit of clay. I can go back in here with my finger and I can start to smooth areas down, around. You can also use your tools and you can go in and pull away a little bit more so you can really make those letters pop out. Now I'm still not carving a ton because if you make it too thin, your whole piece is gonna crack. So this is gonna take some time to get all this done.